مساء الخير عليكم جميعا. مع حضراتكم مرام كوردينيتور من إنوفا بروفس. بفكركم إن الفري سيشنز لجريدز 6 7 8 مستمرة اليوم 5 إن شاء الله. سيشن النهاردة بيولوجي لجريد 7 and 8 مع ميس مي منصور. إزاي حضرتك؟
أهلا، مساء الخير. إزيكم عاملين إيه؟ يا رب تكونوا كلكم بخير. أنا اسمي مي منصور، وإن شاء الله هبقى أنا البيولوجي تيتشر للنهاردة بإذن الله. هنبدأ النهاردة نتكلم على البيولوجي. طبعا لجريد 8 هم عارفين يعني إيه بيولوجي، وعارفين يعني إيه الستادي، يعني إيه نستدي بيولوجي. بالنسبة ليير 7 طبعا هو بالنسبة لهم، او اتكلم جنرالي هنا عندنا هنا في ايجيبت. جنرالي هم بالنسبه لنا من دي اول سنه بنبدا الجنرال ساينس، خلاص يتقسم فيها للكيمستري والفيزيكس والبيولوجي. انا بدرس بيولوجي، انا كوردينيتور للبيولوجي. وهنبدا النهارده ان شاء الله في السيشن بتاعتنا. في الاول خالص نبدا نعرف يعني ايه اصلا بيولوجي، ايه الستادي بتاع البيولوجي. كلمه بيولوجي معناها studying living organisms. أنا هنا هبدأ أستدي living things، living organisms. مين هم دولت؟ هم عبارة عن إيه؟ هم بستدي the living organisms. So اللي هنبدأ النهاردة ندرس the study of living things, which is the studying of biology. طيب خلاص احنا كبرنا فعرفنا مين هم living things. The living things are called the living organisms, which are طبعا animals, humans, plants, and even these tiny microorganisms, like for example bacteria, like the fungi. These are called, or these organisms are living organisms. So the biology is the study of all living organisms or all living things. طيب يعني معنى كده ان احنا في البيولوجي هنستدي only living organisms. هنستدي living organisms, how can they adapt, how can they live, the body of living organisms. هنبدأ نستدي how these living organisms interact with the environment. How can they inherit some characters from their parents, for example. How can they adapt to live in different environments. هنبدأ نستدي كل حاجة related بالliving organisms. طيب تعالوا نبدأ في الأول خالص. مين دول الليفينج اورجانيزمز؟ هم مين الليفينج اورجانيزمز أصلاً؟ أنا قاعدة أقول هنبدأ نستدي البيولوجي اللي هو الليفينج اورجانيزمز. What are the living organisms? These living organisms أو هم مين الليفينج اورجانيزمز؟ Those carry out seven or life processes. If you can carry out these 7 life processes, so in this case you will be a living organism. أنا هنا هبدأ أتكلم على اللي بيقدر carry out 7 characteristics in life. طبعا معناها إن هو في الحالة دي you are a living organism. The living organisms, this who can carry out the 7 characteristics or the 7 life processes. What are the 7 life processes? The first life process is movement. If you can move, so in this case you will be a living organism. If you can move only, لا. If you can move beside the 6 other life processes, so in this case you will be living organisms. And again, the living organisms are humans, animals, and plants. ودلوقتي بما اننا كبرنا خلاص شويه, so I will say animals and plants, and in the group of the animals I will include the humans. We're in this group with the animals. We're in the same kingdom or with the same group. So animals and plants both are living organisms because both can move. How can they move? For example, for animals and humans, we can move by walking, by running. Some animals can jump, and we can move in order to find food, find water, escape from danger. But what about plants? Plants also can move, but the movement here for plants, they can move parts of their body. Like for example, the roots of the plant, they move downward in the soil, while the upper part of the plant, the stem, and the leaves and the flower, they move upward toward the sunlight. And this is a kind of movement. So the first life process, the first character that living organisms can carry out, this character called movement. And movement is one of the 7 characteristics that all living organisms can carry out. طب لو جاء في الكويستشن في الإكزام to define movement, movement is the ability to change in position. Change in position, okay? So movement means change in position. And I told you that movement can happen by many ways. Like, for example, you can move some parts of your body. You can walk, you can jump, you can run. And for plants also, as plants are living organisms, so they can move some parts. Like, for example, their roots move downward and the upper part of the plant move upward. And this is the movement of the plant. The second characteristic that all living organisms carry out, called respiration. What is the meaning of respiration? Respiration is a process happen inside each cell of the body. طبعا in year 6 لما بتكلم دلوقتي اللي هم الولاد في year 7, in year 6 he took that the body of any living organism consists of different organ systems. Each organ consists of, or each organ system consists of organs. The organ consists of tissues, and the tissue consists of similar cells. The respiration process is a process happens inside the cells by which your body get the energy out of burning the food that you eat. It's a very important process happens inside your body by which your body get the energy out of burning food. Both food and oxygen, and especially a type of food called glucose, sugar plus oxygen, glucose plus oxygen, inside each cell of your body, inside each tiny part of your body, both together give you energy in a process called the respiration. And don't confuse respiration with breathing, as breathing is the process of breathing in and or inhaling and exhaling the air, or getting in and getting out the air. While the respiration is a chemical process happens inside all the cells of the body, by which your body get the energy out of burning the food that you eat. By using the glucose, and you will get the glucose later on, you will know that you will get the glucose from breaking down the carbohydrates, glucose plus oxygen together in each cell will give you energy in a process called the respiration, and the waste products will be carbon dioxide and water. So glucose plus oxygen will give you carbon dioxide and water. And the aim of this process, and why your body make this process, because you need energy all the time in order to carry out all the life processes, in order to carry out everything inside your body, you need energy. And your body will obtain the energy, your body will get the energy from a process called respiration. Again, respiration is a chemical process, happens inside all the cells of your body, by which your body releases the energy by breaking down the glucose. From where, Yamis, did I get the glucose? Out of breaking down the carbohydrates. طبعا احنا واحنا صغيرين you took the digestive system, the system that's responsible for breaking down the food that you eat. Once your body break down the carbohydrates from the bread, for example, bread, pasta, from rice, in this case, your body will break down the carbohydrates and give you glucose. The glucose plus the oxygen that you breathe in, both together in cells of your body, will give you energy. You need this energy in order to carry out all the other life processes. But once your body give you energy, two waste products will get out, which are the carbon dioxide and the water. So your body must get rid of the carbon dioxide and the water. And this called the word equation for respiration. Again, from the beginning, we said that the biology is the study of the living organisms. Biology is the study of living organisms. What are the living organisms? Those who can carry out 7 characteristics. The first character that all living organisms can carry out called movement, change in position, change in position. And I said all living organisms can move, and the living organisms like plants, like animals, and like humans, and all living organisms can move. The second life process and the second character that all living organisms can carry out called respiration. Respiration again isn't the same as breathing. Respiration is a chemical process happens inside all the cells of the body by which your body releases the energy out of breaking down the glucose in presence of oxygen. From where did your body will get the glucose? Out of breaking down the carbohydrates, like rice, like pasta, like bread. Once your body breaks down the carbohydrates, your body will give you glucose. Both glucose and oxygen inside the cells will give you energy. And two waste products will get out, which are water and carbon dioxide. So your body must get rid of the water and the carbon dioxide. This process called respiration, and the question in the exam will ask you either to define respiration, releasing chemical process happens inside the cells of the body to release energy from food, or the question will ask you to write the word equation for respiration, to write the respiration in equation. So glucose plus oxygen, and then arrow, the products will be طبعا energy, and 2 waste products your body doesn't need it, which are water and carbon dioxide. So the second life process that all living organisms can carry out called respiration. So we took movement and respiration, change in position, movement, respiration, releasing energy from food, and the glucose plus oxygen, and the products carbon dioxide and water. The third life process called sensitivity. All living organisms are sensitive, plants and animals and humans. All living organisms are sensitive to heat, to light, to sound, whatever the effect, all living organisms are sensitive. لو أنا هتكلم على humans, we're using our 5 senses. طيب لو جاء لي define sensitivity. Sensitivity means to detect and respond to all the changes around us. Detect and respond to all the changes around us. Like هنا مثلا, for example, if you look at these pictures, هنا حصل change, light. So he detect and then he start to respond, either by closing his eyes, so he respond to the changes. And here also, as you can see, this plant, once you touch it, it start to close its leaves. So there is a change and then there is a response. So by detecting and responding, this is called sensitivity. طب ممكن يجي في الإكزام a little bit advanced word كده شوية, detecting and responding to stimuli. Stimuli means changes. Stimuli, plural, and the singular, stimulus. So to detect and respond to any stimulus around you, this is called sensitivity. And only living organisms can sense. Plants, animals, and humans. Okay. After the sensitivity, we have growth. Here, this process, only living organisms can grow. Plants can grow, animals can grow, and humans can grow. And growth means increase in size. And the increase in size here is permanent. يعني no way إن يحصل العكس. So, all living organisms can grow, and the growth means increase in size. Again, هو أنا بقول إيه؟ أنا دلوقتي بشوف the 7 characteristics that all living organisms can carry out. عشان أقدر أقول إن we are living organism. This cat is a living organism, for example. It must carry out the 7 life processes, out the 7 characteristics. We took movement, change in position, respiration, releasing energy from food, sensitivity, sensitivity, detect and respond to all the changes around us, and the 4th one, growth, permanent increase in size. اتفضلي. حد قال إن عنده question؟ مين؟ يلا يا كنزي اتفضلي. Ask your question.
ماشي.
اتفضلي.
Sense security, the first one.
أنا مش سامعة. Can you please repeat?
Miss, I do not understand the fifth one before growth.
You don't understand growth?
No,
أمال إيه؟
the fifth one before the growth.
Sensitivity.
Yes.
Okay, حاضر. I will repeat it. What is the meaning of sensitivity? I said that it is the ability to detect and respond to changes around us. For example, لو أنا قلت إيه؟ لو أنا جيت مرة واحدة كده وإحنا كلنا قاعدين، رحت أنا جاية، رحت قايلة كنزي. كنزي. So there is a change now. حصل إن أنا ناديت على كنزي. And then كنزي will hear me. So كنزي سمعتني by using sense of hearing, and then she will respond by telling, yes, miss, I'm here. So there is a change and the respond. مثلا, for example, get كنزي مرة واحدة كده وهي مامي حط حاجات على النار. كنزي to touch something. And then كنزي بدأت تشيل إيديها because there is something hot. Kenzie can feel it, and then her hands respond. So there is a change and then there is a respond. You are using your 5 senses to detect all the changes around you and even all the changes inside your body. And then you start to respond. زي مثلا لو حصل أي change، حصل مثلا for example إن ابتدى for example, some microorganisms enter your body. You start to deal with this microorganism, and then your body هيبدأ يحصل مثلا إيه؟ fever, high temperature. So إن هبدأ أديتكت إن في حصلت حاجة غلط، في حاجة مش مظبوطة. This is called sensitivity. Detecting and responding to all the changes, to all the stimuli. Stimuli means changes around you. For animals and for humans, we are using our 5 senses, and also plants can sense. Sensitivity for the plants هنا مثلا هنا أكتر 2 examples باينين جدا. Venus flytrap here, this one here. Venus flytrap دي تبدأ تعمل إيه؟ Once the leaves يجي insect on the leaves of the plant start to close. The leaves start to close on the insect. It's a kind of sensitivity. هي الليف قدرت تسنس إن في حاجة عملت لها touching. That's why it start to close. And here also, some kinds of plants, once you touch the leaves of the plant, it start to close its leaves. And this is a kind of sensitivity. So detecting a change, and then there is a response to this change. حصل change, and then your body start to respond to this change. And this is called sensitivity. Only living organisms can sense إن يحصل فيه change, and then you start to respond to this change. Okay? You got it now ولا لسه؟ أقولها مرة كمان.
I got it.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's complete. So تاني عشان ما ننساش: movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, and then reproduction. Reproduction means making babies or making offspring. The word offspring means babies of the same kind. طبعا all living organisms reproduce in order to produce many of the same kind علشان تبدأ يكون already في life. For animals we reproduce either احنا لو human هنتكلم عن the mammals, they reproduce by giving birth. Some other animals reproduce by laying eggs. For the plants, some plants reproduce by having seeds. هندرسها إن شاء الله in details. احنا أخدتوا عنها part قبل كده in year 5, the life cycle in the flowering plants. So reproduction means making offspring or making babies. And this happens by giving birth or laying eggs. And for plants, they reproduce by making seeds or some other types of plants طبعا اللي هم non-flowering plants, those plants who don't have flower. So they reproduce either by spores or يعني many other ways. مش علينا الstudying بتاعتها. So reproduction, making more of the same kind. Making more of the same kind. So movement, change in position. Respiration is a process or a chemical process happens inside the body, inside all the cells, by which your body release energy out of food. Release energy. Don't confuse respiration with breathe. While breathing, breathe in or getting in and getting out the air. دي بحاجة ودي حاجة تانية خالص. الاتنين مختلفين تماما عن بعض. Movement, respiration, sensitivity, detect, and respond. على طول افتكرها ان انا I will touch something hot and then I will respond by reflex action. I will remove my hand. So detecting and responding is sensitivity by using our 5 senses. Growth, increase in size. Reproduction, making more of the same kind. Then excretion. Excretion is a very important process by which your body gets rid of the waste products. طب what are these waste products? لو نرجع كده back شوية، مين فاكر أنا قلت له إيه على respiration؟ We said that the respiration is the process of breaking down the food in order to have energy. Your body will break down the glucose in presence of oxygen, glucose and oxygen to give you energy, right? طيب مين فاكر التو waste products اللي كانوا بيطلعوا من البروسيس دي؟ مين الwaste products اللي كانت بتيجي؟
Carbon dioxide.
Excellent. Carbon dioxide and one more.
What?
And water. Exactly. برافو عليكم. برافو عليكم. Carbon dioxide and water. So these are the waste products from the respiration. أنا بقول waste products. So your body طبعا doesn't need the carbon dioxide and the excess water. يعني البودي هياخد الواتر اللي محتاجها and the excess water you must get it out. So how can your body get out the carbon dioxide and the water? Your body have to deal with the carbon dioxide and the water. So number 1, your body will get out the carbon dioxide through the lungs. خلاص. Your body بتاعنا هيget out the carbon dioxide through the lungs. في exhalation process. لما يعمل exhalation, getting out, this is called inhalation, breathing in the air, and then exhalation, getting out the air. In the exhalation process, so your body will get out the carbon dioxide. Okay, it's so easy. خلاص. But what about the excess water? How can my body excrete it, get it out in the process of excretion? مين هيقول لي؟
By sweat.
Excellent. The first process, yes, تحصل لنا دلوقتي في summer all the time sweating. And the second process, أميرة اتفضلي. Do you know it? How can your body get rid of the excess water?
Excrete urine.
Exactly. Your body will excrete the urine. And this is the second process. Through your kidneys, your body will excrete the urine. Hajar, do you have any question or you want to answer?
I wanted to see another way.
طب قولي اتفضلي.
Also, it's like the the faces. I don't know how to say it.
لا اوكي. طيب بصي انت كويس ان انت قلتي الحته دي. بس once your body get rid of the feces, the excess undigested or not the excess, the undigested food, this is not excretion. This is called egestion. You're getting out undigested food, and this undigested food, it doesn't get out from your cells, right? It passes through your digestive system, small intestine, large intestine, and then throughout your anus. So هو not a waste product coming from the cells, while the excretory materials must get out from your cells due to a respiration process. So معناها ان هما الاثنين دول بس only carbon dioxide and water. طب يا مس الاكسس فود يعني undigested food ده ما ينفعش اعتبره excretory material عشان هو مش طالع من السيلز بتاعتي. هو عباره عن undigested food. Your body doesn't need it, so your body get it out through the anus. While the excretory materials, these materials get out through the cells, which are carbon dioxide and water. The carbon dioxide, your body will get it out through the lungs, and the excess water, you will get it out either through sweating from your skin طبعا, أو as a urine. When you urinate through طبعا your urinary system. Kenzie, do you have any question?
Yes, miss.
اتفضل.
Yes. Miss, طالما مش هنسى excretion again.
حاضر هعيد excretion تاني. حاضر. So excretion is the process getting out the wastes. But which waste? The waste that your cell get it out. مس هي ايه السل؟ لو حد مش فاكر كده تعالوا افكروا بالراحه. احنا كنا اخدينها طبعا in year 6. تفكروا بالراحه. حاجه بسيطه خالص كده نفتكر بيها السل بسرعه عشان الناس اللي مش فاكراها. In year 6 you took that the body of any living organism consists of different organ systems, right? Like for example this one here, the digestive system. Each system consists of different organs, like here stomach, small intestine, large intestine. These are organs. Each organ consists of different tissues, like layers, and the tissue has similar cells. The cell here, this is the tiny basic and building unit of the body. أول كده unit، أول building block بيبدأ البودي of any living organism يتكون منها. أول ما بنبدأ خالص بنبقى عبارة عن one cell. Then this cell start to divide to give many cells and so on لحد ما يتكون living organism. Inside this cell دي صغيرة جدا. لكم أن تتخيلوا بقى يا grade 7 and 8 إن inside this tiny part all things happen. كل حاجة بتحصل هنا. And one of the most important processes that happen inside this cell is the respiration, releasing energy from food. As I said, the glucose and the oxygen both enter the cell. لو كده عايزين نتخيل شوية مين اللي هيcarry glucose and oxygen, the blood will carry the glucose and the oxygen and will give it to the cell. Inside the cell, both together will give you energy. And as a result, the body بتاعك هيقول لك okay, here you have the energy and I have two waste products أنا مش محتاجهم. Here you have it, water and carbon dioxide. So your body has to deal with these two, the water and the carbon dioxide. اللي هم الwaste products يا كنزي اللي طالعين من السيلز. These are the excretory materials, the water and the carbon dioxide. So in this case, your body will get rid of the water either through sweating or a urinary system as a urine, and the carbon dioxide through the lungs. طب miss, we're getting out solid waste, we're getting out feces. Yes, I know it's unneeded material. Yes, I know. بس هي مش excretory material because this feces, it doesn't get out of the cell. هو عبارة عن إيه؟ It's undigested food, passes through your large intestine until it gets out through your anus. ما هو ما راحش أصلا already للسيلز ده، صح ولا لأ؟ ده undigested food ما طلعش راح للسيلز already. ده هو still inside your digestive system until it get outside your body. كنزي، فهمتوها يا ولاد؟ فهمتوا ايه الفرق ما بين الاكسكريشن والايجستشن؟ Egestion is to get out the feces، ده مش excretory material، while excretion is to get rid of the excretory material or the waste products which are the water and the carbon dioxide. في حد حاسس ان هو متلخبط فيها؟ تمام، نقول اللي بعدها. اوكي. After the excretion, we have nutrition, the last life process. Nutrition means to take in food, either by eating the food for animals and humans, or by making photosynthesis process for plants, as plants obtain their food by making the photosynthesis process. So, again كده عشان نشوف الديفينيشنز كده ونجمع. What are the 7 characteristics that all living organisms can carry out? The 7 characteristics called Mrs. Brown, or the 7 life processes: movement, change in position, respiration, releasing energy from food by using oxygen and glucose to give you energy, and the waste products are water and carbon dioxide. Sensitivity, detect and respond to stimuli. وقلنا stimuli means changes around you. Growth, increase in size, and this increase will be permanent. Increase in size. After the growth, we have reproduction, making more of the same kind by giving birth, laying eggs, or for like flowering plants by having seeds. Excretion, to get rid of wastes, and these wastes are, don't forget again, water and carbon dioxide. Wastes from the respiration process. And then nutrition is to take in food, and then your body will use this food to give you either energy, for growth, for tissue repair, or whatever. Your body will use this food. So if you can carry out these 7 life processes, you will be a living organism. And now we are going to study the body of the living organism. As I said before, the body of the living organism consists of, at the beginning, different organ system, group of organs working together to carry out a specific job. The organ system, as I said, consists of many organs. The organ is a group of tissues that work together to carry out a specific job. But what about the tissue? Listen back. Tissue, you must say that it's a group of similar cells. This one tissue contains similar cells. So the tissue is a group of similar cells working together to perform a specific function. And then the cell, the smallest building unit of the body of any living organism. A new information for year 7, that this cell, this tiny part that we are going to use a microscope to see it, inside it, you can find some tiny organs called organelle. Tiny structures carry out specific functions found inside the cell itself. Miss, this tiny part? Yes, this tiny part. It's a basic unit of structure and function. Yes, many processes happen inside the cell. The cell is a very important unit. Although it is very tiny and small in size, the life processes, like for example, the respiration process from the plants, the photosynthesis process happens, and even controlling the cell happens inside. Right. How can we see the cell? We can see the cell by using a microscope, as it's too tiny and small in size. So in order to see the cell, the same as those tiny microorganisms like viruses and bacteria and so on, you need to use a microscope to see it. We have two types of microscopes, as you can see here. Okay, sorry, just give me a second. To see the cell, which is the tiny part, the tiny basic unit, you need to use a microscope. The microscope is a tool used to magnify anything, to make it bigger in order to see it. Mainly, we're having the light microscope inside our schools. The light microscope will magnify to see like the outer frame and some small organelles. This one here. This one called the electron microscope. ده بقى الماجنيفيكيشن بتاعته عاليه جدا، ممكن نشوف كل حاجه صغيره موجوده جوه، بس ده طبعا كبير ومش موجود وغالي جدا، مش موجود في كل schools. mainly بيبقى عندنا اللايت microscope. We use it to magnify any sample. For example, to magnify a cell in order to see the cell, we use this microscope. If you look at a sample of plant under the microscope, this is the plant cell. طبعا year 7 of course أخذوا قبل كده plant cell and the animal cell and the different cells, but this is a new information for year 7. This is the shape of the cell, this one. This is a tissue of cells, group of similar cells. This is how can you see the tissue under the microscope, tissue of plant cells under the microscope. And this one here, by using the electron microscope, this is the animal cell. The animal cell, and this is the plant cell. And as you can see, you can find some green parts. هنعرف الgreen part دي احنا أخدينها قبل كده هي بتعمل ايه. Okay, so to see the cell, you need a microscope. And these are the shape of the cell. This one here is a cell group of similar cells give you a tissue, and here two tissues, and here is one cell of the animal cell, and here is the plant cells. طيب هنبدأ دلوقتي ناخد ايه بعد البارت ده؟ ايه البارت اللي عندنا بعديه هنبدأ نتكلم عليها؟ هنبدأ ناخد part you took it before. It is the first chapter in year 8 and also first chapter in year 7, the plant parts and the plant organs and the plant reproduction. In year 8 هناخد the plant reproduction and the leaf structure. In year 7 هناخد only the plant cells and different plant cells and the plant parts and their functions. طب ايه الازيد هناخده في grade 8؟ في grade 8 بناخد حاجه اسمها leaf structure, the structure of the leaf, and also the reproduction of flowering plants. ده مختلف عن الاختلاف ما بين year 7 و year 8. طيب plant parts. You took the plant parts and the plant organs many times before. For any plant, هندرس هنا any flowering plant, it consists of many parts. Parts grow inside the soil and parts grow above the soil. What grows inside the soil is roots. What above the soil? Stem, leaves, and flower. So we have roots, stem, leaves, and flower. What is the function of each part of the plant? Again, طب هل هو كده بس ان في grade 8 هاخد البلانت بارتس بس، بناخد البلانت بارتس في grade 8 في grade 7. But what is extra in year 8? Plant reproduction and the leaf structure. Today, inshallah, we are going to talk about the plant parts only. First, the roots. What is the function of the roots? The root has the function of taking in or absorbing water and minerals from the soil. Absorb water and minerals like substance dissolved in the water and the plant needed for healthy growth. And the plant will absorb it by the roots. And also the roots will fix the plant in the soil. So the function of the roots, take in or absorb water and minerals from the soil and also fix the plant in the soil. The second part is the stem. But before I go to the stem, the roots can carry out this function of absorbing water and minerals because it contains a special type of cells. Year 8 must know this type of cell. حد في year 8 عارفها the type of cell that absorb water and minerals؟ يقول لنا حتى اسمها found in the roots. حدش فاكر؟ It's responsible for absorbing water and minerals from the soil. هفكركم كده بالنيم بتاعها. طبعا year 7 we are going to study إن شاء الله in much details. اسمها root hair cells. The root hair cells responsible for absorbing water and minerals from the soil. And then we have the stem. Hold the plant, support the plant, keep it upright, and also transport the water and the minerals from the roots to other plant parts. So only the roots will absorb the water and then the stem will transport it to all plant parts. The third part, leaves, and the leaves make food for the plant by the process of photosynthesis. As the leaves contain green pigment, you took it before. مين فاكر النيم بتاع the green pigment? The chlorophyll. Green pigment called chlorophyll absorb the light energy so the plant can carry out the photosynthesis process. And the last part of the plant called flower, and the flower responsible for reproduction. This part, the flower responsible for making seeds, and the seeds will grow to be a new plant. So the flower responsible for reproduction is the reproductive part of the plant. So the parts again, roots absorb water and minerals and fix the plant in the soil. Stem transports water and minerals and also hold the plant upright. Leaves make photosynthesis. وهنعرف طبعا each part ازاي هيقدر يعمل الجوب بتاعته by having a special type of cells. And then the reproductive part that can carry out reproduction process by having seeds, and you will plant this seed and plant again. Do you have any question in this part, year 7 and 8? Is it easy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes, who's asking?
I still quite don't understand.
Which part? The plant part?
بصراحة كل حاجة about the parts of the plant.
حاضر. I will repeat it again. أنا بس شرحتها بسرعة عشان I thought that you took it before. I will repeat it again. حاضر. Never mind. هنتكلم تاني. حاضر. I will repeat again the parts of the plant. The roots, stem, leaves, and flower. Each part of the plant has its own job or has its own function. First, let's start with the roots. The part that grow inside the soil. It has two jobs. The first one is to fix the plant in the soil. Fix the plant. يعني إيه fix the plant in the soil؟ يعني it's like anchoring the plant in the soil. For example, if some air comes, the plant will not fall. Why? Because it has a big roots inside the soil to fix it. And also these roots, it's like a sponge, absorb, take in the water from the soil, because the plant needs the water. All plants need water in order to make photosynthesis process. What is the meaning of photosynthesis process? It is the process that the plant uses to make food. So roots absorb, take in the water from the soil and fix the plant in the soil. عارفة لما بيجوا يعملوا for example building, they start to add lots of iron rods. Why? In order to fix the building. Here is the roots. This is the function of the roots. Its function is to fix the plant in the soil. After the roots absorb the water, this water, it needs to go to the leaves. Why? Because the leaves are the food factory. It is the place, it's like the kitchen, the place where the plant make their food. So عشان الplant make الfood, I said the plants need water. So plants need water to make food. How can this water go from the roots to the leaves? Through the stem. The stem will transport it to the leaves. And also the stem has the function of holding the leaves and the flower upright. That's why the plant's standing up straight, because the stem holds the leaves and the flower. The leaves, the function of the leaves is to make food for the plant. Make food, it's like the kitchen for the plant. The plant will use the water and the carbon dioxide from the air. That's why all the time they said that you're supposed to plant more trees. Why? Because trees take in the carbon dioxide from the air and give us oxygen. Why do trees take in carbon dioxide from the air? Because they need the carbon dioxide to make their food. By using the carbon dioxide and the water, the plant will make its own food. And after the plant make its own food, the plant starts to release oxygen for us. And we need طبعا the oxygen in order to breathe it in. So again, the roots absorb the water and fix the plant in the soil. After the roots absorb the water, it needs something to transport it. And here is the function of the stem. It will transport the water to the leaves. The leaves is the food factory. It is the place where the plant makes its food. The leaves would use the water and also the carbon dioxide from the air to make the food through like small holes found in the leaves. If this is the leaf, it has small holes, very tiny holes. You can't see these holes with your eyes. Through these holes, the carbon dioxide can enter. So the carbon dioxide will enter to the leaf. And also the stem will transport the water to the leaf. Now the leaf, it has the water and the carbon dioxide. Both together inside it, the plant will use it to make the food. And as a result, the plant will release for us oxygen gas. We need this oxygen. That's why you're supposed to plant many trees in order to take in this bad carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. The last part of the plant, called flower. And this flower is responsible for making seeds for the plant. And we are going to use this seed in order to plant it to be a new plant. So the function of the flower is reproduction, making more of the same part. Okay, so plants has many parts and each part has its own function. Roots absorb water and minerals and fix the plant in the soil. Stem transport the water to the leaves and also keep the plant upright. Leaves make photosynthesis process. make food for the plant, and flower for reproduction. Do you have any questions ولا سهلة؟
Miss, I have a question.
Yes, اتفضلي.
Miss, يعني roots I don't
الروتس ايه؟
Miss, I don't know يعني I do not understand يعني it's a leaf, sorry.
The leaf? How? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The function of the leaf is to make food for the plant. It's like our kitchen. Inside our kitchen, your mom will make the food. For the plant, the place where the plant make the food is the leaf. Then inside the leaf, the plant will make the food and then it will give it to all plant parts. Okay? How can the leaf make the food? Inside the leaf, the water will go from the stem, from the roots to the stem until the leaf. Okay? So inside the leaf, the water goes. But for the plant to make food, it doesn't need only water. It needs something beside the water, which is the carbon dioxide from the air. All the leaves of the plant, all the leaves have small holes. Small holes, you can't see these holes with your eyes. مش هنقدر نشوفها بالeyes بتاعتنا. We need a microscope to see these holes. From these holes, the carbon dioxide enter. So the carbon dioxide from the air enters to the leaf, and the water will go from the roots to the stem to the leaf. So water and carbon dioxide both enter the leaf. The leaf will use the water and the carbon dioxide and also will absorb the sunlight. The water, the carbon dioxide, and also it will absorb the sunlight. And then the leaf will make a process called photosynthesis. طيب تعالوا نشوف يعني ايه photosynthesis. The word photo means light. Photo, light. Synthesis. Photosynthesis, it is the process that the plant uses to make its own food by using the light. Making by using photolight. A plant will use the water and the carbon dioxide in presence of sunlight. The plant will make its own food. As a result of making the food, the plant will release for us oxygen gas. That's why we need to plant more trees in order to take the carbon dioxide from the air and give us more oxygen that we needed to breathe in. You got it, Hajar? Hajar or Hagar? You got it?
Yeah, Miss, I did.
ولا مرة كمان.
I missed it now.
اتفضل. مين بيسأل؟ حد عنده طيب أي سؤال؟
Miss, أنا ممكن أقول
اتفضلي.
Miss يعني roots يقدر يعني ياخد من soil water and food.
لا, the water and the minerals. المينرالز عارفة دي the vitamins that we take. It's something like the vitamins. Something the plant needed to be healthy. هم موجودين فين المينرالز دي؟ موجودين inside the soil وبيحصل لهم dissolving inside the water and then the water will transport it to the plant. مفيش food موجود في السويل. البلانت هيابزورب الواتر وهيوديها للليف. Inside the leaf, the water and the carbon dioxide from the air will enter in presence of sunlight. تقدر ساعتها بقى الليف تعمل ايه؟ تعمل الفود for the plant. اللي هي البروسيس اللي اسمها photosynthesis. فهمتيها كده يا هاجر؟
Miss, it wasn't me who was asking, it was Kenzie.
كنزي؟ طب ماشي اوكي. فهمتيها يا كنزي؟ طيب في حد مش فاهم؟ يعني كده تمام؟ اتفضل.
Yes.
Do you have any question?
No, Miss, I think everything is clear.
اوكي everything is clear. طيب ممكن نشوف كده مثلا البارت ده ايه الكويستشنز اللي ممكن تيجي عليه. يلا بينا نشوف كده. طيب اوكي how can he ask us about the characteristics of living organisms والplant part. نشوف الكويستشنز طيب على البارت ده ممكن تيجي ازاي. اوكي يلا بينا. who can answer me يا ولاد؟ اول part أو أول questions about the characteristics of living organisms. Who can match with me the 7 characteristics? عبد الرحمن.
Yes.
يلا نشوف.
Sensitivity.
يلا بينا.
The ability to detect and respond to changes in to the environment.
Exactly. Ability to detect and respond to changes in the environment. عبد الرحمن خد واحدة كمان. اتفضل. Respiration.
Respiration.
طب أنت ممكن تقول لي هو يعني إيه respiration وبعدين ندور عليها؟
Yes. The ability to release energy from food.
Exactly. So I want to break down something in order to have energy.
The first one. Chemical
the
reaction.
first one, excellent. A chemical reaction in the cell that break down the nutrients. هو حاول بس يغير الwords شوية. Nutrients molecule and release energy. خلاص وصلت للهدف بتاعي. Releasing energy. Okay. يلا بينا يا هاجر. Thank you عبد الرحمن. Excretion and movement. هاجر اتفضلي.
Okay, excretion, the removal from organisms of toxic materials and substances in excess of requirements.
Exactly. And movement?
Miss, I can't find the oh yeah, I found it. An action by an organism causing a change of position or place.
Thank you so much. Amira?
Yes, Miss.
يلا بينا. Reproduction and growth.
Reproduction. أنا بس مش شايفاها في
لا لو دورتي كده شوية هتلاقيها. شوفيها كده في الآخر شوية.
The process of making more of the same organism.
برافو عليكي. And growth.
Growth, a permanent increase in size.
Bravo. Okay. This one is so easy. Okay. This one, it's a little bit tricky. عايزة بقى حد كده يكون يعني عايز يعني يركز كده معايا شوية. مين؟ Who wants to answer this one? مين؟ عبد الرحمن؟
Yes.
يلا بينا يا عبد الرحمن.
Non-living things such as a car often shows characteristics similar to those of living organisms.
Okay.
State with characteristics of a living organism matches each of the description linked to a car.
Okay.
Burning fuel in the engine to release energy. I must say it's respiration.
Exactly, it is similar to respiration. Thank you so much, Hajar. The second one.
Headlights that switch on automatically in the dark, it's sensitivity.
Excellent. Thank you. Amira.
Yes, Miss.
The third one. Filling the car's tank with fuel.
Filling the car's tank.
It is similar to what character? Revise كده 7 وقولي لي what character شبه دي. Filling the tank. Filling the tank.
Reproduction.
لا. ها فكري كده. طب نشوف جانا هتقول ايه؟
Nutrition.
exactly. مش احنا قلنا in taking in food means nutrition, so here filling the tank, it is similar to nutrition. Okay, the last one who didn't answer. Release of waste gases.
بس أقدر أجاوب.
طب اتفضل.
Release of waste gases اللي هي
ما
Excretion.
سمعتش؟ ايه؟ Can you please raise your voice?
Excretion اللي هي release of waste gases اللي هي Excretion.
Excretion. برافو عليك. Okay. طب I need one character of living things that not carried out by a car.
Teacher, me.
Miss, can I answer?
Yes.
Miss, can I answer?
Yes, sure.
Sensitivity.
Sensitivity. بس احنا لو
Yes.
بصينا هنا هو قال لي في number 2 that the headlights switch on automatically in the dark. It's a kind of sensitivity. I
Miss,
need
can I
something. Yes. اتفضلي.
Miss, can I say two answers? Or
Yes,
do I only-
طيب.
Okay. Reproduction and growth.
Excellent. طبعا هم دول يا ولاد الحاجتين اللي مهما كان هلاقي non living thing بيعمل حاجه شبه الكاركتر بتاعتنا، بس الحاجتين دولت no way ان انا الاقي non living thing بيعملهم، اللي هم مين؟ اللي هم reproduction و growth. اوكي طيب ده سهل الكويستشن ده، ممكن مين يجاوبه لي؟ هو جه الكويستشن بس بطريقه سهله شويه. مين يقدر يجاوبه؟
Miss ممكن أنا؟
اتفضلي. Give 2 reasons why a lion is a living organism.
Miss, because it can grow and it can reproduce.
Exactly, but it can reproduce. It can reproduce and it can grow. Bravo عليك. Okay, the last question in this part, a very easy one, and he wants you to arrange the structure from the smallest structure.
Can I answer,
Cell.
Miss?
Yes.
Can I answer?
Yes, اتفضلي.
Can I answer?
اللي بعديها على طول.
Cell, tissue,
Yes.
tissue,
صح.
then organ,
Exactly.
organ system,
برافو.
organism.
برافو. Thank you so much. يلا نشوف طيب شوية questions على البلانت. نشوف كده ازاي الكويستشن ممكن يجي لنا. Okay, I want someone to answer the first one. The first question, A. The function of each part.
Miss, can I do it?
Can I answer it?
Okay, who didn't answer أو مين جاوب من فترة شوية كتار؟ يجاوب عشان نسيت مين جاوب مين لأ.
Miss,
مين هيقول؟
Miss, can I say?
جانا.
Me, please.
نجرب نشوف. يلا اتفضلي. ممكن
Flower.
جانا الأول وعبد الرحمن يقول تاني. اتفضلي يا جانا. Flower.
Reproduction.
Exactly, reproduction. And the leaf?
Photosynthesis.
Exactly, عبد الرحمن. What about the root and the stem?
حازم.
حاضر يا حازم. السؤال اللي بعديه. عبد الرحمن.
Yes.
يلا roots و stem.
Root and stem. Okay.
Give me the function of the root and the stem.
Okay, the root absorb water.
Okay.
And
And the
the
stem?
transport of water and minerals.
Excellent. Okay. Leave this one because we didn't take it. يلا يا حازم. The whole page for you. يلا
Drawing
بينا.
and age, stem,
Okay.
we leaves,
برافو.
بس.
يلا بينا. I want you to match for me the function of the flower, leaf, and root.
Miss, can I do it?
هنجاوب تاني حاضر. Flower,
Can I answer? Can I answer, Miss?
طب حازم, do you know the answer?
أيوه
يلا طب جاوب.
ماشي. Flower makes seeds. Leaf makes food.
Right.
Roots takes in water.
Exactly. عايزة بقى حد ما قالش أي حاجة قبل كده. مين؟
أنا.
مين؟ أنا شايفة حد أهو رافع إيده ما جاوبش قبل كده. سهيلة. يلا يا سهيل.
Which part of the plant does these jobs? Transport water around the plant. Stem?
Exactly. Uses light.
Miss, can I
Leaf?
answer?
Yes.
Answer.
اتفضلي.
Miss, who answers?
مين ما جاوبش؟ عايزة حد ما جاوبش خالص.
Nusayba.
يلا بينا اتفضلي.
Uses light to make food for the plant.
Which part?
Leaf.
Exactly. يلا أميرة, the last question.
Yes,
Take in
Miss.
water minerals, the soil.
The roots.
The roots. Thank you so much. Guys, is it easy the lesson?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
الحمد لله. فهمنا اللسن كان كويس.
Yes,
الناس
Miss.
اللي year 7 البيولوجي سهل جدا وما فيهوش أي مشكلة. كل اللي محتاجه بس منك إن أنت تبراكتس شوية, تذاكر شوية, إنما هو يعني برانش حلو جدا من الساينس وإن شاء الله هتحب.
Teacher,
Thank
do
you
you
so
know
much
that
for
this session
listening.
was very interesting?
نعم.
This session was so amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Well.
much حبيبي. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and I hope you understood the lesson. دي أهم حاجة بالنسبة لي. Thank you so much. أهم حاجة تكونوا فهمتوا وتكونوا اتبسطتوا بالسيشن, دي أهم
Yes,
حاجة.
you understood.
الحمد لله. Thank you so much. أشوفكم على خير. Thank you so much. مع السلامة. باي باي.
شكرا جدا ميس مي.
العفو.
Bye.
العفو. مع السلامة. مع السلامة.
بحب اشكر حضراتكم كلكم. اللي حابب ينضم للواتساب جروب بتاع ميس مي موجود في الشات بوكس. اشوفكم في
Thank you
السيشن
so
الجاي ان
much.
شاء الله.
مع السلامة.
مع السلامة.
I have a question.
اتفضل.
Can I have the link to the PowerPoint?
حاضر.